Hey lovelies, welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's get into today's video. So for some of you guys know that Carlos King and Melody had a live show. One of the things that was discussed was Martell Holt's arrest, okay? And we have confirmation that Melody confirms that essentially she put a warrant out on Martell last year. She took care of what she had to do, but she did not do anything further in relation to the warrant. So apparently Martell was trying to do something. I don't know what Martell was trying to do. She didn't express what Martell was trying to do, but he was trying to do something, honey. Because he ended up then getting arrested because there was a warrant out for him that had been issued since last year. Now, I do believe it's in relation to the revenge people try to find out whether Arionne would also be arrested, but from what I gather from what Melody was saying, I don't think that is going to happen. Now, I don't know if, to be honest, I don't really see any benefit in having filing a civil suit against Arionne because she does not have anything. And this is all in my opinion, and everything is alleged and in my opinion, okay? Now, I can only imagine how difficult it must be for Melody. Here we like to talk about things, but we like to break things down as well. So thinking about it, she has 4 children with this man. Imagine how difficult it must have been to go to the police station to file things against this man, because the problem is Martell continuously does things. So am I surprised? No. Martell continuously does things. We've seen more than enough on the show to see how aggressive he gets, how abusive he gets. And so I'm not surprised that she had to take legal steps against him, especially so that there is a record. With someone like that, you need to have a record, because he's going to wake up one day, God forbid, and may or may not do something crazy. You know, there needs to be a paper trail. There needs to be some sort of record, right? I remember when she was talking about some of the harassment and things like that, and I remember a lot of people were dragging her on the internet talking about, oh, but did you file a police record? But did you do this? But did you do this? But did you do that? It is very, very unfair for people to do that to women, especially because they could be in certain situations where they don't want to do that. Like, think about it. At the end of the day, when Martell got arrested, what she was worrying about as a wonderful mother that she is, oh my God, where are my children? Are they safe? You know, imagine how distraught she was because of that. That is a horrible, horrible thing. So shout out to Melody for actually having the strength, the willpower and everything, and also the support to take that step and do it legally to protect herself and ultimately her children in the long run, okay? Healthy mother, healthy parent, healthy children, okay? As much as possible. So I feel like I'm glad that she did what she needed to do. It is a shame that it got to that. You know, everything Martell does comes across as abusive, from what we've seen on the show in relation to Melody. So, and from what he said out of his own mouth, okay? So I'm not going to bite my tongue on that one. But I am very, very curious to know what triggered Martell's arrest. So if anyone knows, let me know in the comment section below. And so what I will do is play some of the clips that I got from What's Happening. Shout out to What's Happening. Thank you so much. And as you guys know, I wasn't able to be in Huntsville because I'm all the way in England. So Huntsville was just not going to happen at this point. But anyway, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button and let me know in the comment section below what you think. And so now I'm just going to play the clip and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
So your ex-husband was recently arrested. Where were you? I'm happy to meet you, Lord Jesus. Where were you when you found that out?
I was actually at home preparing for a scene for your show. Stop!
She really was.
I was at home getting glammed up for a scene. You know, I understand everyone's feeling of somewhat of like the vindication, right? And just the it's about time. And for me, believe it or not, while I'm there too, it also wasn't a matter that was fun for me. It was not, I wasn't at home cheering and laughing and like, oh, yay. No, I wasn't. And Lauren is here. She was at the house with me doing my makeup, and she can attest to this. I was actually, you know, for one, I was wondering about my children. Let's keep it above. Any mama out there knows that's the first thing. It's like, where my kids at though? Like, how are my kids? Where are they?
And not to cut you off, she's telling the truth. I called her to check in on her, and she was frazzled. And she said, Carlos, thank you for calling me, checking on me, but I'm worried about my kids. I need to find my kids. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, I will say that, and my brother says it's about me too, because he's like, I bet if he had came to you and apologized, knowing you and how your heart is, you probably would have forgave him and never even filed a sign the warrant. And he may be a little right, but maybe not. But what I will say is, anytime you have to go through with making such a tough decision that you know impacts your children as well, that's always tough. That's always tough. But I think there had been just so many transgressions, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And no matter how many times I sat back at times and tried to keep my mouth closed and see, you know, you think if I don't say nothing, it'll die down. They'll leave me alone, just please leave me alone. But I also have a breaking point too, where I'm like, okay, they ain't leaving me the hell alone. And so, I did say that. And so, you know, when I made that decision, it was back in August, September of last year, we were 2023. I actually flew Lauren in, and I said, I gotta go do this, and I need somebody to be here with me to make sure I do what I know I need to do. So she was like, all right, I'm on my way. And she flew in and drove me, because I had never gone and had to, you know, sign for a warrant, press charges, do any of that. So I didn't even really know where to begin. I was just hitting places. She drove me to those places, gave, you know, the strength of her, my mom, my team. They knew what I was doing in the moment. And when the magistrate said, when I showed him the evidence, and he was like, do you want a warrant? I said, yes, I do. He said, all right, I'm about to go get you a warrant. That was August. Somebody said you should have did it for both of them. Let me tell you why that part for that doesn't work for both parties, because it's based on, legally wise is another piece, but the lawsuit wise is another piece. The warrant, the direct piece has to come from exactly from that person. So, the source, right? And so, after that, when I filed it and said sign it and it was signed, I'll be honest with y'all, my attorney said to me, hey, listen, you know his address. All we gotta do is you gotta make the call and tell him when he's home they can go pick him up. Me being me, I said I believe in divine timing. I'm not doing all of that. Now I've done myself, I'm gonna let God do the other one whenever he says so. So I sat around all those months wondering, I know it's out there though, but I mean they flying and stuff, but I mean I don't know, but it's out there. And lo and behold, Carlos, after talking to you about prayer and letting God show you, and it wasn't me. I didn't make a call. You know, if you have a warrant and you go to certain places trying to get certain things, that pops up. And that's what happened.